Oh, you got the Damasio
Oh
logs?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm freaking lazy, dude. I'm I'm lazy. I think I'm just a combination of lazy and just balls to the wall going.
Yeah,
You know.
dude, 100%. It's probably because do you wear wireless packs or do you
Of
plug?
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so your pack is on the strap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because I tried it once before, but I was worried that it would like scratch up my shit. So I was like, but I think if it sits nicely in the case, it shouldn't matter too
Dude,
much.
just let it get scratched up, dude. You
I
know.
think I'm getting to that point. Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to not be like that, but
Jay, are we a chugging? Sick. Keyan, thank you for being here, man.
dude, thank you for
I'm
having me, man. This is
I'm
really cool.
honored.
Dude, I'm on it. This
It's
is
cool.
awesome, man. This is
It's
really cool.
cool. So this is not my doing. This is the work of the I don't know what you believe in, universe or God, because something kept being I kept being in your presence and you in my presence. You know,
100%.
so it just kind of made sense to make this happen.
Yeah, dude. I guess like we'll give the backstory on how this even happened in the first place, or at least how I see it anyway.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, NAMM just happened. We're playing. The Bareknuckle Pickups booth had us play a couple tunes,
Hmm.
and it just so happened that I was playing like 1:30. You were on it too, so it's just
Hmm.
like right behind each other, whatever. And yeah, dude, you're exactly right. Like we were just kind of in the same place, same time,
Yeah.
talking about gear, talking about guitars. You were checking out this little thing on the floor here, the QC Mini. And I just kind of thought, well, why don't I just bring you up to the Neural guys and show you?
Really appreciate that, man. It's
Oh,
cool.
dude, no stress at all. No stress at all.
Thank you for that.
And I guess like now we're here a couple of days later. You know what I mean? That's
Damn.
like the quick way of thinking about it. I guess for me, it's so surreal because like, and I guess we'll talk about this more, but like our worlds are so close, yet sometimes they feel so far apart in terms of like the brand of guitar and like the style of guitar that we play. Even though they're both heavy, even though they're both low tuned,
Yes.
even though we're both playing seven strings, you know what I mean? Um, at least in my mind anyway, I feel like deathcore as it were, especially like your guys' brand of deathcore and like my style of guitar is like they don't really meet that often. I think these days they're meeting a
Mm.
little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just goes to show how crazy it can be sometimes, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many forms of guitar and heavy stuff that it's just there's so many styles.
Yeah, dude.
It's why when people it's why I don't care if I say like I, I don't know, because there's so many. If people really think about it, there's so many
Oh,
styles of guitar, so many bands, so many eras. I'm like, no one knows it all.
it's ridiculous.
No one
There's
no
so
one knows
many
it all.
subgenres of metal that you could never keep up. Like it's
No.
even like there's like what deathcore, metalcore, whatever, but even like subgenres within those subgenres, like
Hmm.
melodic metalcore or like
Yeah.
melodic deathcore or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like this,
Hmm.
it's impossible to keep up with all of them.
Oh yeah. And dude, Keon, it's so cool to see you here. So you're are you from Adelaide, Australia?
Yeah, so I was born and raised Adelaide, Australia. Sometimes people get a bit confused because of the name and stuff like that. So, um, my name Keyan is Persian. So my dad's from originally from Iran, and he migrated to Australia in the 90s. I want to say
Oh
something
wow.
like 90, or maybe it was like late. I think it was late 80s, very late 80s. Back with the whole like revolution and stuff that was going on. So he
Oh
moved, and
wow.
then my mum is of Italian descent.
Hmm.
Um, and I never get the terminal. Is it first generation immigrant? Like she wasn't born in Italy. She's Italian. She wasn't born in Italy, but my nonna and nonno were, and they
Okay.
migrated in the 50s, which a lot of like Italians, Greeks, Croatians, like a lot of Europeans, that's when they kind of came to Australia, like the 50s,
Okay.
60s. So like, you know, my whole friendship group back at home, like none of them play music, and they all have names like Papadopoulos and you know like Siciliano, whatever. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah.
all of some sort of European descent. But yeah, born and raised Adelaide, Australia. Yeah,
Proper.
yeah.
Okay. I was wondering, is he born there or like around there?
Who? Sorry.
Are you? I was wondering if you were born in
Oh,
Adelaide or like some kind of smaller town
oh, nah,
inside, just
absolutely not. Like
straight up.
Adelaide, Australia, man. Pretty much like you know, very close to like the CBD. Yeah, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not a big place. Like Adelaide's like
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like a. It's probably like I want to say it's the fourth biggest. Yeah, so like it's probably like the fourth biggest capital city behind what Brisbane, Sydney,
Okay.
Melbourne, and then like Adelaide and Perth are kind of like the same. Perth is very far away, though, so all the way on the left over there. So that's why bands never tour there because it's like too expensive to go.
Yeah, only been there a few times.
Yeah, but like Adelaide, has like it's still pretty healthy, like population. I think like 2 million or something like that. But a lot of people say it's like a big country town. Like that's the city. Like that's how big the city is. Like it's
That
not
is,
that big.
oh, dude, that is beautiful,
Oh,
man.
it's great. Yeah, so that's the river over there, and just behind that shot is like, uh, so that's I can see like the convention center just on the right side of the bridge, like that kind
Yeah.
of brown roof.
Yeah.
Just that one there. And then like the Adelaide Oval where we play like Aussie rules footy or whatever is kind of like on the other side of this bridge.
Okay.
But yeah, man, that's like 10 minutes away from my house. Like that's home
So
to me.
if you were to go here, where are you going?
Oh, dude. I mean, like anytime I'm walking on that bridge, because like I don't know if so right where your mouse is, like that white oval like entrance, like at the end of the bridge. So that's like that goes to both the casino and the train station. So the train station is like
Oh,
underneath so that whole
okay.
big building there's the casino. But if you walk on that bridge, you're going to Adelaide Oval to watch some like Aussie rules or whatever. So if I ever find myself at the train station, I'll usually walk up there, go on the bridge, and catch my local Adelaide Crows. Play some Aussie rules, which I'm big fan of. Yeah.
Nice. Where are you seeing shows, man? What's like the venue?
Oh, dude. I mean, it's funny, like, because Adelaide is so small, there isn't really that many venues. Like, I guess, like, if we're thinking like big venues, like sometimes bands will play Adelaide Oval. Like Metallica just played Adelaide Oval like in November, which is about 50, or I guess like 70 maybe when you count the floor as well, because the
Yeah.
Oval's massive.
Yeah.
And it's like 50 in the stands.
Did you
But
go?
then, yeah, I did.
Oh
It was
yeah.
fucking sick. It was the
Yeah.
first time I ever saw Metallica, and probably like the last time I'm ever going to see them as well, which is why I went.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there you go. So that was from the Adelaide show.
That's dope.
And I can't remember.
That was
I
last year.
think it was
25.
yeah, Evanescence and oh, it's eluding me. Who was it? Like hardcore. It's Weinberg plays or just left.
Mm.
Jay Weinberg just left. Suicide Tendencies.
Oh yes. Yes.
Yes, so that's who was supporting. But yeah, man, that was a sick show. That was really good. But yeah, below that it'd be like Cooper Stadium, which is like a soccer stadium. I
Yeah.
saw Foo Fighters there like 10 years ago. That's about like 15. And then I guess like club shows, it'd be like
Yeah. What's the club stuff?
maybe like there's Adelaide Entertainment Centre, which is like 11, Adelaide Entertainment Theatre, which is about 4, and then it goes down to like Hindley Street Music Hall, which I could probably point out in that original photo. It's like it's all within like a kilometre radius of each other. Like it's tiny,
Oh, nice.
but it's cool and it's very easy to get to because there's not that many people there. So I love Adelaide. Adelaide's like my favourite place on earth. It's great.
So, were you born in 2001?
No, 1999 December.
99. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so you barely hit the 90s.
Yeah, I had like 27, 28 days of the 90s. And then,
Oh, nice.
yeah. No, not even, sorry. Sorry, I completely got that wrong. 17, 18 days of the 90s. And then, yeah, the new millennium hit. So I was barely sentient
Okay,
at
so
that time.
So you were born in December.
Yeah, December 1990. December 13, to be exact.
13-9. I'm third.
Oh,
That's cool.
sick. Awesome.
And
Awesome.
so your uncle gave you your first guitar at 5 years old, correct? And
Yes.
It was a acoustic nylon string.
Yes, that's right.
Do you still have it?
I do. It's in the garage somewhere, locked away in like a back corner.
It's locked away, dude.
It's not on display. It's in a case. It's in like a soft case. But one of the tuners broke and like
Oh,
it's
okay.
I remember what it was. It was like this like black and red Ashton nylon acoustic. It's like a very
Okay.
it's like an import brand or whatever. It's very, very cheap. But yeah, that was my first ever guitar.
We're gonna find it.
Oh, dude, that one right there.
Is this
That's
it?
the one. Yeah.
Is this it? Oh, nice.
That's crazy. Yeah, so that's the first guitar I ever got in my hands when I was 5.
That's pretty. At 5 years old, that's a pretty sick guitar to have.
No, it was cool, man. I was, learning green sleeves and all that stuff under like the proper like old school when you first pick up a guitar.
Mary
songs
Had a
to
Little
learn,
Lamb. So
all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. And then like maybe a year later, I got my first like electric, which was like I still have it actually. It's like this cherry red, like knockoff Strat. But the paint job is actually sick. Like I've actually been having thoughts of like reviving that guitar and like putting a new neck on it and stuff like that.
You should.
I should Seriously, I might put like a baritone like conversion Strat neck or something,
Nice.
because I think the pocket's the same.
Mm.
They're all kind of built to the same spec. But
Nice.
yeah, so I got my first electric when I was 6, and then yeah, man, now we're here, like
And now
20 years later.
and now you're in California.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I never thought that like music would end up like this. It's kind of one of those things where like, when I say, oh yeah, I started at 5, a lot of people kind of have the assumption it's like, oh, like, his parents must have like hammered him to play guitar or something like that. Like it was like, no, you're forced to play, but it was never like that. Like I kind of just picked it up and never put it down. And I'm sure there were moments where I would like be 7 years old and like throwing a tantrum, be like, I don't want to play anymore, it's too hard. And then
Yeah.
my parents, I think there was one time I did that, and my parents were like, no, like it's okay, like you still got time, like just keep going. But I'm glad that they did say that, because ever since it's just like guitar's like all I know, essentially, which is cool. But yeah, that's how things kind of panned out, I guess.
That's awesome. So you're 27,
26.
26.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it's hard to gauge it right because we just turned into 2026 and you're born in December.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
It's like right on the cusp. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're 26 years old, dude. It's ripping.
Oh, thank you, man.
Just
I appreciate
ripping,
it.
dude.
Yeah, I try not to think about the age thing too much. I think like it's funny. Like I was having this conversation with someone the other day. Like I feel like when I turned 26, that was kind of the age. Well, I guess it depends who you ask, but that's kind of the age where you tell someone like, oh, like how old are you? Like, oh, I'm 26, and they kind of go like, oh yeah, cool. But like I feel
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, if I said like, oh, like I'm 22 or something, they'd be like, whoa, you're so young. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh, cool, okay, I guess like I've got a little bit of time.
Over.
Yeah, but now, yeah, exactly right. I'm crossing over. But no, it feels good. I feel wiser or whatever. As the years go by, so I guess that's a good thing.
I think that's the goal that we're all trying to do. Okay, 1 year older, but I feel a little bit wiser. I'm a little bit less dumb. That's my personal goal.
100%.
Yeah.
Be more informed,
Totally.
and all that stuff.
It's hard, man.
I know someone's listening to this right now, going like, "This guy's 26 and he's talking about being wise." You know what I mean? But it's true to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm always trying to learn, no matter what it is. Yeah.
So you went straight from high school to and when you're from, you call it the uni.
Yeah,
Okay.
university.
So you went. So it's very common in people around here in California. I'll take a year off.
Yeah.
I'll take 2 years off.
Yeah.
But you just went straight in college for IT degree, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I guess like the thought process behind that, because it's pretty common back at home to like, they call it like a gap year. That's like you take it.
Okay, the gap year.
The gap year. Yeah.
I'll take 1 year off. Gap year.
Pretty much. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, I guess like the way that I kind of thought about it was like, because at this point, like guitar was not even a thought. Like it was kind of like I hadn't even like started doing YouTube stuff or anything properly. So my perceived like life trajectory was like completely different. So at this point in time, it's like fresh out of high school, like what I want to do. I guess like, I do have an interest in like general IT. Like I love computers and tech and all that stuff. So it just made sense to do something with that. And I have family members who are in that field as well. So I was like, oh, okay, like, down the line that would be sick too. So trying to like piece all these things together. But yeah, the idea of not taking a gap year, I suppose, was like
That's the way to do it.
why not start now? You know what I
That
mean?
is
Like,
literally the way to do it because once you take a year off, dude, I could just assume you don't want to go back. And then you kind of lose this like momentum. And I look back on my life, I'm so glad I didn't take a year off because I probably would never went, or I would have never knew what that was.
yeah,
Just
100%.
you know what, straight out of high school, boom.
Because like you've been doing school for like 13 years. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
So like you're in that schedule, you're in that routine. You wake up, you have breakfast, you go
Totally.
somewhere, you learn, you study, and like I feel like throwing that away for a year would have just, that wouldn't have been good for me at that time. So
No.
I went and I did IT, thinking I would get a job in something tech related, but the degree is like sitting in my room.
It took you 4 years, right?
Yeah, so the degree is 3. You've done your research. This is really cool. Yeah, so it usually takes 3, but right in the middle of uni, the music stuff started like taking a different, like it was like coming up, I guess, like at that time. So I had to think like, what do I want to do here? Like, do I want to do music or do I want to do IT, and then I was like, well, I'm not just like I've been doing IT for 2 years. Like I'm not just gonna throw that away and just like get a fat debt for nothing. So
Yeah.
I dropped the subject, so I would only have like 2 to 3 subjects a semester, and just instead of finishing it off in 3 years, I would finish it in 4, so that I could have more time to do music stuff. Because at that point, like YouTube was going quite well. It was like just out of the pandemic. Um,
Oh yeah. I haven't really thought about that. Like the timing.
yeah. Oh, the timing.
I didn't
I've
think
been
about that.
yeah. Like in terms of that, like it couldn't have been a better time because I guess like 2020, 2021 is like when I was like right in the middle of my studies, or like even approaching the end.
Were you taking? Because Australia, their lockdowns I heard was really strict. So were you?
Yeah.
So were you taking like online courses? Or
So from memory, I mean, like there was a time where we weren't going in. Like I remember one semester our exams were done online,
okay.
which was yeah, that was something. But I like Melbourne was pretty locked down from what I have a lot of friends in Melbourne that go, yeah, we didn't leave our house for months, and I was like,
Oh
oh yeah,
wow.
like we never really because like Adelaide is kind of tiny, so there were like restrictions and stuff, but it wasn't anything like that. Like that was pretty crazy for them, I heard. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's from memory. I think life just kind of went on just at a distance. You know what I mean? Like you kind of
Interesting.
had to like be a bit because the whole like mask and like meter and a half distance or whatever, or like 6 feet, whatever it was here, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
just trying to like adhere to that. But yeah, from memory, I think it was mostly the same. Apart from like the online exams, because for the uni exams in Australia, it's kind of just like 1,000 kids in a hall, desk to desk. So
Mm.
they probably just wanted to not do that, I guess.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a really cool, and that's something that I think whoever's listening and watching in college could kind of take from because I never really thought about. Oh yeah, why not? If I still want to go to college, but pursue my instrument or art or whatever you're doing, just stretch it out a little bit more,
Mm.
and not just jam pack your schedule with all classes, but just take out a few courses and
Yeah.
then. Huh, I never really thought about that.
Yeah. Because like
Cool
I
way to go about
think
it.
like at that time with like I guess at that time was more like YouTube stuff, kind of
The
like
timing
coming.
is
It's
crazy.
it's
It
insane.
makes sense because your first video you posted on YouTube just got 25,000 views. Boom.
Yeah, it
It's
was a
weird.
different time. It was a
It's a
different
different
time for
time.
YouTube.
Wow.
But yeah, so in that, I think like what I told friends and family was like, yeah, I'm gonna like just like take a subject off and like complete it or whatever. But um,
What they say?
they were like, yeah, sure, like makes
Oh, that's
sense.
cool.
Like I think yeah, I've been very fortunate with like having a lot of support around me. Like no one's ever kind of sat me down like, what are you doing? Like you're wasting your time, kind of thing. Because I hear that that
Mm.
happens a lot, and that sucks. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I couldn't imagine what that would do to my, I guess, like overall drive if I was having conversations like that on a regular basis. Like, of course, like, my parents, like, no one in our family has ever been like a musician. So, like, there are
Mm.
musicians in my family, but like, in terms of like, traveling and stuff like that,
Sure.
and, doing the whole like content creation thing, that's kind of like the first coming from like, immigrant parents or whatever, or like
Wow.
generation of first. So it's like
Yeah.
that whole world is like completely different to them. So I'm like trying to explain to them like, yeah, like YouTube and music and like neuro DSP and all these things, and they're kind of just like, yeah, well, like as long as you're doing okay, like that's all good, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm very lucky with that. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
at that point it was kind of like I knew that the music, it was like if I didn't pursue music with the spot that I was in at that moment, then I would regret it for the rest of my life. So rather than
100%.
throw it all away, let's like give myself more time, still finish it in case like it all goes like tits up or whatever. Can I swear on here?
Of course.
Okay, in case it all goes tits up or whatever.
Tits up?
Is that an Australian thing, or is that
Yes, it is.
okay? Okay, yeah, that's like when things go bad essentially. But yeah, like if I go, oh yeah, this music thing didn't work out, at least I have the degree to kind of fall back on, which it's still there. But hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, I never have to actually whip it out and
Yeah.
just kind of keep doing whatever it is that I'm doing.
Well, hopefully your plane doesn't go tits up. Right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'm
you're all
already on.
over it. Yeah,
Oh, dude,
yeah.
I'm already on it, dude.
Nice.
We were looking at a cover
Yeah. Oh my God,
you
this
did.
is a very long time
It
ago.
posted 8 years ago. What's going on here?
Okay, so this is crazy. So this is I haven't watched this in a very long time. So this is a 2016,
2016.
I believe, or it might have been 20. You can probably check on the video. 8 years ago. Usually if you okay 20 okay, so I was in
2017.
senior year, like year 12 at this point, and
Okay.
there was like a every the end of every term, our school would do like a music night where the students would like come up and play something or whatever. And I, yeah, I actually did like senior music the year before. What's the name of like the year level? Like, what do you guys call it?
We
Like
call it senior year.
senior year, and then the one
12.
before that,
Junior.
junior. So I did senior, like I did my proper senior music in junior, like with a couple other kids. So we would have like a subject free the next year to kind of just like have that as a fail safe if
Yeah.
and whatever. But like, so at this point, like I wasn't really part of the music program that much. But my teacher, Miss Rapucci and Mr. Hollebeck, they asked me to play something. And at this point, like this is very telling actually, because it was at this time, like this 2016, 2017 kind of era where I was like getting into all of the stuff like seven strings and like progressive metal and plugins and all that stuff.
True, true or false? When you first heard, because I know you're sick of talking about this, but I never heard you talk about this thing
Yeah.
in particular. So you first heard Periphery and you hated it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
my friend Henry, who I'm still good friends with to this day, it's funny. He always says like, you know, the reason why anything is happening is because I showed you the music in the first place, and it's true. Like he's
Yeah.
showed me all the bands that I've ever loved. So shout out to Henry. But yeah, he showed me a cover. Do you know the band Polaris?
Yes.
So they're
They're
like
fucking blown up right now.
yeah,
It's
they're
cool.
crazy.
It's awesome.
Their late guitarist Ryan Sue used to do covers as well when he was a kid, and he did covers of Periphery songs. And I think it was a song. I think it was like Make Total Destroy or something like that. And my friend Henry showed me, and I remember watching it, going, "What?" Like, because at that time it was all like Lamb of God, like Slipknot, Bullet for My Valentine, Killswitch Engage, all very sick bands, but like nothing off grid, all 4/4. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yes,
very
yes.
standard timing and stuff. So hearing something like Periphery for the first time, it sounded wrong to me. I was like, why is like
Sounds
this
wrong.
beat going over the bar? Like this sounds weird. Like I couldn't wrap my head around it. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, it might have actually been Facepalm Mute. One of these covers, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and like watching
sick.
that, I was like, this guy can rip, but I don't like this song. And then it took me like a year or so, like a year or so to kind of be shown another song, and that song was Prayer Position, and that was off their 2016 record Periphery 3. And that riff was like a bit straighter, but there was like elements of like the shonky rhythms and the shonky like timings and stuff where it was more intriguing rather than me feeling like, oh, this is wrong.
Yeah.
And that riff is so sick. Like I love that song. That's probably one of my favorite Periphery songs for sentimental reasons, obviously. But yeah,
Sure.
that was the thing that kind of got me into everything. I
Nice.
guess, yeah.
And the way you and your friend Henry met was in art class. You guys, you were making a Slipknot mask, right?
Yeah, man, how did you get this? You're like the Nardwuar of metal. Yeah,
Do you still have it?
I do.
Yeah,
I
dude.
do. So yeah, okay, this is a funny story. So yeah, first day of high school.
Well, the first day of high school, you
First
serious?
day, yeah, first day of
That's
high
just
school.
such an important day, dude.
Dude, I
The
was
first day of high
shitting
school?
bricks. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends, thankfully, like from my primary school, like the high school was like a brother school to that school, whatever. So a lot of my friends did end up going to the same high school as me,
Oh,
which
cool.
was sick. Like it felt very familiar. But of course, like, you know, there's kids
Yeah.
there you've never seen. You're like 13 years old. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's a bit scary. Seniors are running around like, oh my God, these guys are like trees. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
The trees.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Cool.
crazy. But I think it was like the third class of that day. We had art class, and the teacher was like, "Yeah, like this whole semester, you're gonna be making like clay masks, and at the end, like they have a kiln. Like you're gonna put it in the kiln, you're gonna take it home, you're gonna get graded on it." I was like, "All right,
Yeah.
cool." And you know, I don't think the teacher really knew what Slipknot was, so I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna make a Slipknot mask, but I'll make something similar." Like it was very
And not tell them.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was very inspired by the Volume 3 album cover with that mask
Oh
that's
yeah,
on there.
with the zipper on it.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, so I definitely put a zipper on it. It might not have been straight. It was more of an angle. But like,
Iconic cover.
oh, dude, that's one of
Iconic.
my favorite albums. Yeah, but I kind of like ripped it off that, and then this guy next to me who at that point, like he hasn't really grown much since then, but he was like 6'2" at that point,
Oh,
and
moly.
he had like an afro. It was like it gave him another 6 inches. So he was a very scary looking dude, like footy player. You know what I mean? Like very. And I was like this like scrawny little 13-year-old kid, and he's like,
Yeah.
that kind of looks like the Slipknot mask. Do you listen to Slipknot? I was like, yeah, I do. And we just got talking, and then I was like, oh, cool, I've made a friend. And we're talking about, he's like, yeah, I like Killswitch Engage too. You should check out this guy, Ryan Sue. He does like these covers, right? Have you ever heard of Periphery? I'm like, no, I haven't. And then the next class after that, it was music class.
Mm.
And at this point, I had a Gibson Les Paul 2012 Studio, Alpine White, gold hardware.
Yeah.
It was sick. I've moved that guitar on since, but
Black pickguard.
pardon?
A black
Yes.
pickguard, correct?
Yeah,
nice.
black pickguard. And I pulled it out, like opened the case, and then that same guy, Henry, pulled out his Gibson case. And I was like, oh, that's weird. We both have Gibsons. I was like, cool, that's pretty cool, I guess, whatever.
But it's the same guitar.
Same guitar. We flipped open the case, same guitar. White.
Is this right here?
That's the one.
Wow.
White, with the black pickguard
That's
and
a
the
nice
hardware.
guitar, man.
Yeah, man, it's cool. I learned all of my metal riffs on that guitar, and I'm kind of upset that I moved it on, but it was for good reason. I got another guitar with the money that I got from that one, but yeah, man, same guitar. And at that point, I was like, oh, like we're best friends. Do you know what I mean? Like we're
Wow.
this was like something
That's awesome.
from a greater power, like you were saying before.
Oh, totally. It's weird how like these little moments will just kind of lead you to where you're at now. Like these weird little, oh yeah, I met that person, but they introduced me to this.
Yeah.
And then now I'm doing this.
Exactly
It's
right.
it's so weird, dude.
And then like to put the cherry on top, a couple months later, we were like, look, he was looking through old photos, and he found like an under eights like footy photo of like his footy team, and I was in the team, and his dad was the coach, and I
What
had
the
no
hell?
idea. Yeah. So, yeah, shout out Henry.
That is wild, dude. That first day of school, I haven't thought about it probably since the first day of school.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, how many high schools did you have in Adelaide?
Oh, quite a lot. They're kind of spread out everywhere, but
Like 4 or 5?
oh, nah, more. Like
More?
Adelaide's a pretty big place. There's plenty of high schools, but like I guess like the ones more like city central, there was probably like, I want to say like 4 to 5. Oh, I mean like for like all boys, because mine was an all boys school,
Yeah.
so it would have been top of my head, I'm thinking like 4 or 5 different schools, and they would like play each other in cups and stuff like that, and it was like always like fierce. Between my school and another city school, there was like a mad rivalry. It still happens to this day.
Oh,
I
of
still
course.
see it on my phone. Yeah.
Oh, totally, dude. Like each school has like their own, like you don't hang out with that
Yeah.
person. Because I was supposed to go to a certain school, but at the time, I don't know what you call it, but grade 8, I had a girlfriend going
Yeah.
into grade 9 into the new school.
Right.
So I transferred to her school,
true.
so we could still date.
Yeah.
So what I didn't think about was when I went there, I knew nobody.
Yeah.
And so she went to her class and waiting for first period to start. I remember like just standing there. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend's gone. But this guy, this bald white kid, walks by me with the Slipknot shirt,
Sick.
the fishnets, the whole thing. We lock eyes, Keyan, and we just give each other like the nod.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, there's
There's the guy.
Then we would end up hanging out like for a whole like freshman year. Yeah, that first day is there's something to it, man.
It's good that you found that guy, because it would have been a lot scarier if you didn't, I think.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he brought me into the whole like Slipknot crew, like, as we would call it, like
Sick.
like a new metal circle.
Yeah.
Is your new metal circle ready to start a band and you have no gear? Sweetwater has your back. They are the #1 online retailer for pro audio and music instruments. They're the best. I go to Sweetwater whenever I need anything for the podcast, guitar gear, everything. If you're trying to bring some hot heat for the new year, Sweetwater has you covered. Just click the link in the description below so they know you came from here. And now, back to the podcast, talking about our first day at school.
Nice. Oh, I mean, if that didn't happen, like who? Yeah,
I wouldn't
right.
be here. Literally,
Exact-
I wouldn't be here.
You can say that for so many things along the way. I
Always
find
little
like
things.
it's crazy, man. It's just
Even
like
I always look back like even just dating that chick. If I didn't date her, I don't know. Because the school that I was supposed to go to, I would hear later on in my life they had no scene. They had no punkers.
crazy.
They had no hardcore scene. They had no new metal kids. So I guess it was like an all bro school. But I went to other school that ended up having like they had like a group of punkers, hardcore kids, and new metal. I'm like, man, what would have happened if I didn't even date that chick?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have transferred. I probably wouldn't have met them, and then the snowball
Were you
just like
playing guitar at that
happens.
point?
Oh yeah,
Oh, sick.
I started playing at 7th grade.
Okay, so you were 12.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick.
Good,
Yeah.
good guess. Yeah, just little things. Boom, when this fucking lines up.
It's like a snowball that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and
I
bigger.
know.
Yeah.
And now you're in California.
Yeah, like right, like
Dude,
it's insane.
what was that? So I was watching you play at the bare knuckle booth.
Hmm.
It was the last song.
Yeah.
What's that song called?
That song's called Arrest.
Arrest. Correct.
Yeah.
You were doing some like you were doing some chug and like
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
I was like looking at him like, fuck.
I mean,
What's that riff?
oh, dude, I can't do it on here with. See, this is the thing, like, with the whole like modern metalcore thing. A lot of it is like the bridge between physically playing and like utilizing the gear, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, that riff is like impossible to play without some sort of like whammy automation, because that's all that is.
Oh,
So like
nice.
the riff itself is it's super simple. It's like
That
it's just chugs. But yeah, like that whole like that's like I think that's how I recorded it. But if you were to look at like the whammy block on there, I like when producing the song at home, I made like a whammy block kind of just go like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of just going crazy on it. And no matter what I do, if I do this, if I do like whatever it is, it'll just sound fucked. So
okay.
at that point, I try to make it like original and do something like that,
Yeah.
but it's just noise being produced by the QC at that point. Yeah.
Oh dang. Okay. I got
Yeah.
it. Is that like a certain riff you have, or is this or
Oh,
are
dude,
you just
there's
like freestyle?
I'm freestyle. Like I'm literally just going like, and like
Going
the
at the
whammy
whammy.
is like going up down in such a fast way that
Nice.
it just makes it screech, and like with the gain and everything, like it just makes it do crazy stuff.
You
So,
are
yeah.
you are the modern guitarist. So yeah, you went straight into this scene. Like you didn't. So I think we talked earlier. You didn't go into amps at all.
No.
You went straight into where you're at now.
Yeah, I mean, like I
Wow.
had practice amps and stuff when I was a kid, but they were all like solid state. Like I guess like the most like if you were trying to like to bridge the generations, or whatever. Like I had a Line 6 Spider.
Of course you did.
Yeah, because that had
Nice.
all the effects on it and stuff. And
Jay got horned up when you heard that.
yeah, no, like I loved the looper on there. That was my favorite function, the looper, because I would record the riffs and then like rip like leads over it,
Damn,
whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like so janky, like, oh, this is like insane. I remember like putting my feet like this and like hitting the looper button with my toe on the amp and like ripping a riff. Because I didn't have like the foot switch or anything like that. But yeah, that's like, I guess like from that point, it went from that to like, oh, like interface and plugins and all these things. And at a time when like, this was like before companies like Neural DSP or whatever even existed. Like that didn't exist at that point.
So it wasn't even a word. Nothing.
I mean, like it was a thing. Don't get me wrong. Like the plugins and stuff were a thing, but it wasn't anywhere what it's like today. Like now you talk to like anyone that's picked up a guitar in the past 5 years, they're like, oh yeah, cool. Like, all these brands and Neural DSP or whatever. But
when did Neural DSP start?
2018, I think.
2018. Okay.
But yeah, I started using plugins when I was like 15, 16. And back then it was only like the Positive Grid bias stuff. I'm not sure if you remember that, but yeah, it's the fidelity wasn't obviously like the same, but I try my best to make it work. Yeah. Is it 2018? Did I get that right? 2017. Founded in 2017. But I think the first plugin that they ever put out was the Fortin Nameless plugin, which I'm literally using in the QC right now.
That was the first one.
Yeah. In its like infancy state, and then they oh yeah, no, sorry, the Dark Glass Ultra, that's a bass plugin. Because yeah, Doug, the founder of Neural, used to own, he like founded Dark Glass. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, so his whole thing is like, I guess like making that pedal into a plugin, and then it just spiraled into
Spiral.
yeah.
To where we're at now. Now, for those of you just listening, I think it's time to go into. This is the first time, Keyan, that we have the QC Mini.
Yeah.
This is insane, dude.
It's crazy.
This thing is, wow. Basically the same tone I have, but in a smaller form.
If you like, uploaded that tone and like sent it to my account or whatever, I could download it on here in 2 seconds. Yeah.
This is, I'm telling people, this is the past week. This is the future.
Oh, dude, 100%.
This is what I've been waiting from Neural ever since I started using it. Like, they need like a smaller version, but does the same thing. Because I think like the Nano.
The Nano, yeah. So the Nano is like, it doesn't have a screen or anything. It's a bit
wasn't
different.
I think it wasn't what people wanted. This is exactly what fucking people want, dude.
Yeah, I've wanted this for a while because like I made a video about it. I was lucky enough to get this unit sent early, like for testing and reviews and stuff like that. And because I've been using a QC for years. I've got 2 at home, one for myself and one for my bassist. And I never touch it. Like it's sitting on the floor in front of me when we play live, but I'm not. Like, I don't even hit the tuner because I've got, like, the Evertunes and the guitar. So, like...
You're lazy.
It's cool, man. Like,
that's awesome.
I let the MIDI do all of the work. So, yeah, like, I was... In that video, I was kind of just saying, like, you know, this is perfect for me because if it's going to be controlled by MIDI anyway and I don't have to change the presets myself, I don't have to change tones myself, it just kind of does it through, like, a click track on a computer.
Wow.
It can just sit there in a rack side stage. Or even better yet, like just sit somewhere and I can just put it in my bag and fly it in.
Literally, like you walked in and you just pulled this thing out of your backpack.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, this is like...
And it's crazy
dude.
because I could put that in a backpack too. It's that small, but this is just like a new level. And there are some missing like ports and stuff on the back, like, but I don't use them, so it's fine. Like for me, it's perfect. Like I'm not using physical expression pedals. There is an effects loop, but I don't need 2 because it's all... but I don't have any other pedal like you have like a couple pedals on your board, but with the way that you got to set it up now,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Exactly right. So, yeah, man, this thing rips, and it's like it's the same. Like people go, "What does it sound like?" I was like, "Have you ever like heard a QC before?" They're like, "Yeah." So, well, it's the same thing. Like,
I was listening to you jam at the booth. I'm like, yeah, I can't tell.
Yeah, it's literally the same algorithms or whatever. Like it's the same blocks. It still does the captures. Like it's literally the same thing.
Unbelievable. What's your so you made a patch specifically for the podcast, but I saw your patch that you used there. What it was like this crazy. You had a lot of stuff going on.
Okay, we can go through it.
Oh please.
I can just like pull it up on my lap, right? Like,
wow, dude, this is sick.
So yeah, when we play live, there's like a bunch of different stuff going on. But let me pick a song. So say for like Arrest or whatever. Whoops, that's the wrong song. So yeah, the way that pretty much like there's only 5 blocks on here out of a total of 4 times 8. What am I doing? 32. So like,
I see 6 EQs. No, 7 EQs.
Yeah, we'll get through them.
Okay.
But the way that I set up all my patches is pretty much the same. I use like the top row as kind of like a pedal board essentially.
Okay, cool.
And the reason that I'm going to go to any of this is because I like to, with the lanes and stuff, there's like 4 cores of CPU, whatever, like computing power in the quads. So I want to like break them off cleanly. Like I don't want to load up a lane with too much stuff because sometimes you'd be like, no, you have like 5 reverbs on here already, you can't add another one, but you can add it to the next lane to use on the next core or whatever. So I try to keep it that way. But yeah, top line is always kind of like pre-effects, so like things like whammy, gate, overdrives, compressors, anything that you put kind of like in the front of an amp essentially.
Yeah.
And then they split off into 3 separate lanes. So the first lane here is like the clean tone. The third lane is like the heavy rhythm tone. And then in this case, the lead tone, like the heavy lead tone of this track is just a derivative of the rhythm. Although that's not always the case. Sometimes it's like a completely different amp. So like...
Interesting. Yeah, can we hear it?
Yeah, dude. I probably got a better... Hold up.
Yeah.
This one's a bit better. So...
Wow, I mean, yeah, it looks wild.
It's a bit ridiculous. I gotta like change a couple of things in here. So yeah, like
cool.
When I was doing the thing at Bareknuckle, like I had it running back through. So I was using this as like my guitar tone and an interface and like an in-ear rig at the same time. So like I had to do some routing stuff. But
wow.
If I go here, let me just make sure I don't blow this. But like... So that's like the main rhythm tone.
That's nasty. Oh yeah, dude.
So like in that
Oh, that's
riff,
sick.
it was whammying up and down. So
That's
what
sick.
I'm playing is like, but it kind of sounds like because I automated like a full octave whammy to go up in that section.
Okay.
And that's just me just like worshipping bands like Alpha Wolf and stuff like that because they do a lot of that stuff, which I thought was sick. But yeah, like all those effects, like that's like yeah, that's the I literally like I grabbed the preset because I did this tone on the Gojira plugin, and then I just like pulled that preset onto the quad and just copied all the blocks over. So all the settings are the same. All like the values of where I've turned the knobs on the plugin are exactly the same. So yeah, it's going into like the phaser, it's going into the chorus, it's going into the like the wow pedal or whatever. It's going into all of that shit. And then what's this? Yeah, that's the that's the octave like.
What is that?
So that's way too hot. That's what that is. Let me turn that down. But
Dude, that's some hot heat.
yeah, like for this song, I originally tracked it on this guitar, but I had it in drop D1, so like a whole octave below drop D on a 7-string. So if you were to like get an 8-string, drop the top string, and then put the whole guitar down 2 semitones, that's what it would be in. So which is this. And then for the chorus, instead of playing the 8th fret, I took this trick from Mike Stringer from Spirit Box because he does this a lot, where instead of playing the 8th fret, you just kind of down tune as many semitones as from the 12th fret to kind of get the octave of that note. So instead of going and then I go and then like that. So
what the hell?
yeah, so you kind of get this like cool, because that's like probably the most melodic part of the song where I'm actually like producing some sort of chord progression. But to keep it heavy, I was like, like instead of just playing the 8th fret, like the 0-8-7 metalcore thing that everyone kind of does, why don't I just like and just keep bashing zeros and like make it easier for myself.
So are you just like constantly just playing it?
Yeah, so the actual riff is, so this gate is like ridiculously high right now, but the actual riff kind of goes like where is it? And then we'll switch and go and then we'll switch back up and go and then so kind of that's like the only part of the song that it goes down, but I had to dedicate a whole scene to it because it's pretty sick. So like if we were to figure out what that note is, what D, and then it goes down 4, so C sharp, C, B, double drop A sharp. So if you got like In Flames tuning and drop that a whole octave or whatever like that, it's ridiculous. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is normal, like it's definitely not. And it's, again, this is kind of what I was getting into at the start. It's like very far detached from our two styles, right? Like that, like this note is like one note off being a whole octave lower than your stuff at times, which is crazy.
So would that be okay? So it's a whole octave lower, correct?
So almost. So this is drop A sharp, a whole octave, but you play drop A, right?
Okay.
So
wow.
Yeah. So it's ridiculous. And again, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's normal. And like the whole like being super far detached from it. Like there's a lot of people in like I guess like the OG death, because I see it all the time on comments and stuff like that, like the OG like metal and like OG deathcore community that hate this stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like that's like like this isn't even like guitar, this isn't even playing, it's just like noise or whatever. These riffs, they all kind of sound the same, and to some extent, you know, that is true. But I mean, I love it, man. It's fucking heavy as, like, I love tuning as low as I can and seeing how like you can still hear the note, like and that
I'm
kind
gonna
of
try that.
Yeah, dude. And it
That's
kind of just
awesome.
gets into why there's like 3 different EQs on the
Whoa.
patch or whatever. Because like to get that note to come out clear, there's a
If
lot of stuff that needs to happen.
if it's going that low, I mean, is the bass going up? I mean,
So yeah,
what's the
one of my favorite bands ever is Meshuggah, and they do the whole because they play in F, but their bassist tunes up a half step, so they're technically in the same octave. So you get this like melding of guitar and bass where it's almost acting like it's one instrument kind of thing. Like a lot of the criticism of like, I guess like modern metal and like gent or whatever is like, you can't even hear the bass, but like no, like you can because like if you mute the bass track, it'll
like,
just
oh,
die.
shit,
It'll
yeah.
fall apart because they're acting so closely to they're basically like one big instrument. And a lot of like the bass lines are just mirrored of what the guitar is doing. But yeah, in this track, like for this whole track, the bassist is playing in the same octave as me. But even when it goes down,
Yeah, what's happening
that
there?
low,
Is it staying?
they go down, but it's still like it would be like the same note as like drop A sharp on a
Okay.
guitar.
Oh,
It's there's
got
a
it.
lot of like
Okay.
weird stuff that happens when you start doing stuff like this. But it's
No, at least you're here playing it, man. I won't say who, but I was kidding. I invited a guitar player here, and they didn't even want to come down because I can't play it.
oh, true.
I was like, damn. So at least you're here, like trying
I
to
mean,
explain and
I'm
play it,
trying
man.
my best. Like,
Thank you for that.
no, of course, no stress. But yeah, like the best representation of it is when it's being played with the full song because you can hear all the like. I think I said it when I was before I started playing at the Bareknuckle booth. Like, if you listen out for it, you can hear all the automations and stuff going. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to hide it. Like, I need this to play. Do you know what I mean? This is like this is part of my sound. This is part of my rig. There are some songs that I can play without it, of course, but like it just won't sound the same. I can sit here and tap dance like I showed you, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But for like all like the like all that whammy stuff,
Yeah.
like me playing around now is never gonna be a good representation of what it sounds like actually in the moment playing it live, and it's all possible due to stuff like this. Yeah.
Well, guitar has no rules.
Well, yeah. I mean, thank you for saying that, man, because like
It's no rules, dude.
a lot of people seem to think that there are. You know what I mean? Like, and
Oh,
that's
dude, I've been hearing this shit ever since 2002.
there you go.
Ever since I think the whole respect of rhythm players is a post-COVID thing. It's still very recent. Like, oh shit, you ever heard of like West Borland? Ever heard of like this player or Korn? I mean, it's a very recent thing where like rhythm players are finally getting there. Like, oh shit, this is like there's something to this as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This,
Actually, you bring up a good point.
this is still
Yeah.
very recent. I mean, guys like me, they're oh shit, like Suicide. Oh, yeah, that's sick. So this is still new to me.
Yeah,
Or
of course.
it's getting like I want to say that's one good thing that happened with COVID.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think- I
I
think
feel like
people like started to respect the rhythm players.
because a lot of the rhythm playing, at least in my, I guess how I've perceived it, is it's getting more technical as well. And there's like,
True.
there's a couple guys that come to mind, guys like John Brown of bands like Monuments and stuff like that, or even like bands like Periphery. Like, yeah, there's 3 guitar players in there, but 2 of them are playing rhythms at any given moment. So
Yeah.
not only is like the rhythm stuff more technical, but I think like the way that I like to put it is you can tell if someone's a good guitar player by how good they are at playing rhythm. You know what I mean? Like if there's players out there that only do lead stuff, but you can
Yeah.
tell as soon as they start playing a rhythm, like there's a different level of like cleanliness and just like timing that comes from being a rhythm player. It's easier to become a good lead player after you've already got the great foundations of rhythm. And I think people have started to realize
Still
that.
slowly but surely, we're pulling. Jay pulled up a list. Number 1 is Malcolm Young. He might be the best rhythm player of all time.
Yeah,
He
100%.
might be.
I think he's the only guy who could write the same song 50 times and keep it sick every single time.
See, okay, you know what, dude? That's my North Star. That's my new North Star.
Yeah,
Malcolm
dude,
Young.
dude.
Rest in peace, man.
I saw AC/DC like, when was it? It would have been very late, very late December. They played it was like 120,000 people or something. Like, it was crazy. They had to put it in like the parklands, because there was just so many people. But yeah, man, they ripped every single AC/DC song you could ever imagine. I'm a big AC/DC fan. That was like a big part of me growing up, being Australian, whatever, and liking SGs and yeah. But it was it'd be like AC/DC like Clipsal in, because it was like a race car event or whatever, and they were like the main gig at the very end.
Oh shit.
Clipson.
Nice, dude.
SAL. Sorry, SAL. I don't know what I'm saying. And then yeah, no ON at the end. So yeah, and just yeah, there
Oh,
you go,
Crystal, nice.
there you go. Yeah. So yeah, they ripped, man. I tell you what, like for guys their age, like you could tell the age was showing a little bit, but like the first half of the set was like very good. And Angus Young as well, like he's ripping rhythms.
He's ripping.
It's I love AC/DC to death. Don't get me wrong, but it was almost like bittersweet because there's a lot of people say like, oh man, they should just hang it up. Do you know what I mean? Like they're
That's been
getting
going on
kind
the
of old.
past 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And I kind of get what people are saying to a certain extent because like you like some of the leads and stuff like the Thunderstruck riff, like it was very bittersweet because you could tell that it's like he knew what he wanted to do, but his hands just couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? Like his brain was like telling him like do this, but
Wow.
it just wasn't coming out in the hands. But no one cares because you know AC/DC's they're
Totally.
legends. Yeah, so that's the gig there. Like
That's a sick setup. How long did they play?
oh, like 2 hours or something. It was long. It was very and like I guess it like a 20-minute guitar solo or something.
I don't know if I can do that now. 2 hours?
It's long, man.
I got 1 hour in me.
Dude, and especially at their age, like, and Angus was like he was moving, dude. Like he was doing the whole like schoolboy kick and everything. Like it's like time hasn't moved. He was moving and he was sweating too. He was like you could tell he was going through the motions. But fair play, man.
I wonder how long I got left.
No, like because I thought the same thing. I was watching him. I was like, I don't think I could do this for 2 hours. Like that's
2 hours
with like
dude?
the pyro and everything. Like it'd be hot up there too. Like it wasn't
hour and a
particularly.
half.
Yeah,
Tops.
dude. They did have breaks and stuff, but like you know, Bond definitely needed some. Not Bond, sorry. The vocalist name right now, Brian Johnson. Yeah. He needed some breaks, so dude, Angus played like 20-minute solos and stuff. But
what they kind of have to play along because what people don't realize is it's a lot of time for people to go to the bar and back.
Yeah, and there was bars everywhere because like it was 100,000 people in this massive space. So pretty much like on the perimeter at the back, there was just a bar anywhere.
Wow.
And you know what Australians are like, man. They just yeah, it's crazy.
You guys are all psychos.
No, it's insane. It's insane.
Dude, dude, Australia is a very unique place. And I don't think I know anyone from Australia that really speaks highly of everybody. And I've heard you talk about everybody. You keep talking about like Alpha Wolf, Polaris, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always speaking very highly of your country. It's cool.
Oh, dude, I love Australia. I love the music that comes out of there. It's very interesting with like that whole scene, bands like that, like Alpha Wolf and Polaris. I've had this conversation with so many people, like because I get questions all the time, like what are they putting in the water in Australia? Like what's going on over there? Like what's all these bands? Like even like bands like Parkway Drive. You know what I mean? Like that whole yeah, like I don't know. I think like Northlane's one of my favorite bands ever.
Oh, Northlane, yeah.
Caligula's Horse, we did a tour with them a couple of years ago. They're sick too. So like all of these bands are just great. And it's always that question like, what's going on over there? Like why are all these sick bands coming out? And I think go on.
Yeah, is it like the separation or what?
I don't know. I think it's because like in this we can get like philosophical, whatever. But like I think in this day and age, because we're so influenced by everything that's going on here. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not that far detached, but the geography of it all is like we're still in this like we're still so far away. So when bands like are coming up, like the competition is insane. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. Like you know. Now, like that's why I think anyway, when bands like Alpha Wolf or Polaris like do come to the States or do go to Europe, they come back 10 times bigger because people over there, it's like I think the caliber, especially in Melbourne and Sydney, is so ridiculous because there are so many bands that have like are trying to do the same thing that everyone's just constantly trying to one up each other. And that's how people get better, obviously.
Of course.
But yeah, like to think that, you know, Northlane, I guess Northlane a little bit before, but even like Polaris and Alpha Wolf, like they've kind of been doing their thing for almost the same amount of time or like getting the recognition that they deserve for the same amount of time. And there's a lot of bands that, you know, sound like them, but
what do you think separates the bands that break out and the bands that don't?
That's a great question. I mean, I think it's hard to say. I mean, like for me personally, like Northlane in particular, like, you know, they're not the biggest metal band by any stretch. They're one of my favorite bands ever. But every time I see them, they put on such a sick show. Like the production that they put on is absolutely ridiculous. Like the lights, like they got like automated time-coded screens that like go along with their music, and the vibe and the general production is so good, like to a level where you're thinking like, why am I seeing this in an 800 cap room? Do you know what I mean? Like this is ridiculous. Like this could be in a theater. So like this is at the Enmore, so the hometown show for them, Sydney 2024.
Oh, sick.
I saw this tour actually when they came through to Adelaide. But yeah, this is to me like the peak of like production on a live show and that Australian bands have to offer rather. And it to me, when I see that, I think it's like no wonder why when bands like that come over here, they just blow up instantly, because there's so much more here. There's so much more like people and influence and bands and just general like interest in this aesthetic and this music and this heavy culture. Whereas like Australia, it's like it's getting there for sure. Like Melbourne is definitely one of like the biggest metalcore places on the planet, I think, but it's just not even, it can't even hold a candle to all the stuff that's going on in the States, I think.
Wow, I was always wondering, because when there's so much competition, how do you fucking accept the
dude,
ones that just break out?
It's just it's like pretty cutthroat, man. I won't lie. Like being in that like live, I guess like seeing the inner workings of it to a certain extent, you start to see why bands do well and why bands don't. But I think, like you asked originally, like I think that the big thing is that there's this like drive and perseverance to like just constantly doing it, no matter what, and eventually it'll happen. Like Alpha Wolf has been a band since like 2012, but they didn't really start doing the thing, I guess, until like maybe like 2015, 2016. And even then, that was like the first little peak, and now it's just like they're one of the biggest ever, I guess, in this space. So it's all peaks and valleys, but it's that wanting to do it thing that I think is the big differentiator for sure.
Is that what you did?
I mean,
why? Because think about it, it's kind of crazy that you're here.
I think to a certain extent. I mean, like I'd like to like think that, you know, I'm trying my best or whatever, but I also acknowledge that, you know, time has been very kind to me in regards to like what you're saying before, like the timing of it all. Like if I didn't start doing social media stuff in COVID when everyone was at home on their phones watching, it might have been a bit different, you know? And I see it now, like, I guess even like the time thing, it goes both ways, right? Like, do you know Plini?
Yes.
Plini is one of my favorite artists ever. I take big inspiration from him because obviously he's Australian as well, and he does the whole progressive metal thing. But like, you know, Plini was one of the guys to kind of do this first. And then I modeled a lot of my, not only the music, but also like, you know, behavioral, like business-wise stuff behind Plini, because I really respected what he was doing and how he kind of like held himself together as like an independent instrumental progressive metal artist. You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess like just doing it is like a big thing as well. Because like, but I acknowledge that I did it at the right time, because if I started just doing it 5 years later or whatever, or even like 3, it might have been like, we might not be sitting here right now. You know what I mean? So, but then again, I guess like you can't get held up on that stuff too much, otherwise you kind of just spiral and think like, oh, what if this did happen, or what if this didn't happen? You know what I mean? Like you kind of just take it as it comes, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, I like what you said, holding yourself together, because you don't really drink.
No, not really. I'm not a big drinker. Like it's not like I'm completely straight edge or anything. Like I'll do it like at weddings and stuff like that. But yeah, I've never been a big drinker. I've never been like super into like partying or anything like that. I think that comes from, that might be like a cultural thing, because like my parents, like my dad's Persian and he doesn't do any of that stuff, and mum doesn't really do any of that stuff either. So maybe it just wasn't around the house when I was a kid, so it wasn't a thing. But there's like nothing against it. I just don't do it. Yeah,
makes sense. Yes, I saw you in action. Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, like I have my vices and stuff. But
what are they?
Juice. I love juice.
Like,
I mean, like super crazy, like sugary juice.
Like orange juice.
I love a good apple juice, but yeah, the sugarier the better. Like
sugar.
I'm a sucker for sugar, man.
Sugar, gotcha.
But yeah, like sugar is like an addiction in itself, right? So it's pretty
100%.
crazy. Like I've like, you know, that kind of like 3 o'clock crash when you haven't had any sugar that day and you're like, I need sugar.
Oh,
like,
totally.
Oh, dude, I get that all the time.
And then if you don't have it, you get a fucking massive headache.
Yeah, 100. It's crazy. Like the effect that sugar has, and like everyone is addicted to sugar, whether they realize it or not. Do you know what I mean?
It's an issue for me for sure.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean, like it's nothing against it. It's just, yeah,
Not bad sugar. That's it. Boom. That's awesome.
yeah,
Especially being around like a big NAMM convention. If you're not familiar with what we're talking, it's like you're talking a lot of people around a lot of music gear. Most people are drinking.
yeah. That's I guess for me, it's like I just want to keep my wits about me too. Like I don't want to be,
Totally.
because like again, this is all super surreal for me. Like being at NAMM and like even like being here right now and like chatting to you, like the last thing I want to be is inebriated. Like
Yeah.
I want to know what I'm saying. I want to have my wits about me. Like
Mhm.
even like yeah, some of these photos, like hanging out with like super cool guys and just bumping into guys that I'm fortunate enough now to call friends. But obviously,
Yeah.
and to this day, there's a point in time where they're your heroes. Do you know what I mean? It's like I
Totally.
don't want to be doing anything or saying anything that's not me, because I've seen it happen. Like there's even at NAMM, like coming here and there's guys that have just been acting a fool basically, and it's because they've been inebriated, and that
Yeah.
always sticks. And like even years later, like people like within my circle that I always stay with at NAMM, we talk about, it's like, oh, I remember that one time that this guy got like absolutely hammered and started saying all this crazy
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, yeah, I do remember that actually. I'm
It was
glad that
crazy shit.
I'm glad that I didn't do any of that.
Dude, I figured out how to do NAMM.
Yeah?
I've been there quite a few times.
Tell me.
So yeah, when we were all hanging out, literally Friday, Saturday, I'm not drinking at NAMM.
Yeah.
It's a very new thing. I don't know why. It's just didn't feel right, and like I got a lot done.
Yeah.
It was like kind of crazy. And then you kind of see, oh, people that are drinking aren't really getting a lot done. It was kind of an eye-opening thing. But I drank Thursday, not even at NAMM.
Yeah.
I told myself I was going to stay here or sleep and get a good night's rest for the Bareknuckle Jam.
Yep.
And I got a text. I don't know if I'm going to call him out. Meigs from Cold Chamber. I love him so much. And so once I got the text, we met up somewhere. Where I had a lot of vodka cranberries. But it was just around him and a few people.
Is that your vice, vodka cranberries?
It's just alcohol.
Fair.
I love alcohol. But it's a time. But I've been really good at choosing the time and the place.
Yep.
And okay, I went out. I was social. I had my drinks. But when it came down to Friday, nothing. And
Yeah.
it's fucking handle business. Saturday, same thing. No drinking, but handle business. I was like, damn, there's a time and place for it. And it was really interesting how much more I got done and how much focus I was just by not drinking.
100%.
And I drank away from everybody as opposed to drinking around everybody. So doing the same thing, but at different times around different people. And it definitely changed the way how much I got done and how focused I was. I mean, granted, Friday I was hungover a little bit, but I'm still, as you say, I still had my wits. I still knew exactly what I was saying, and I still handled business. And then I left.
Exactly. Like even like the Saturday morning when we did the neural shoot together. Like if I did go out drinking the night before and like rocked up at like what was it, like 10 in the morning or whatever, with a camera in my face going, all right, let's go through this. I'd be like, oh dude, like what's going on?
Dude, it's such being like just you're around like these, you're around professionals.
Exactly
I just don't.
right.
I mean, I don't want to be around neural and like inebriated. That makes you look so unprofessional.
That's, I guess, like that really is my answer to all that stuff. Like I don't want to look unprofessional. I'm always trying to be like as professional as possible because people remember it. It is a lasting impression, I think. And I didn't get any of that. Like even though you said you were hungover on the Friday when I met you, do you know what I mean? Like, I did see you the day before, but like it wasn't even a thought in my mind. Do you know what I mean? Because you had your wits about you. You know what I mean? I feel like that's like super
time
important.
And a place.
Exactly right.
That's cool. I learned a lot this year. You gotta be professional, but you want to drink, drink at other times.
Exactly right.
Nobody knew. I also just being present.
Exactly right.
Just like boom. Being present. I mean, if I wasn't present with you, maybe the whole neural thing would have happened.
And again, it's that snowball, right? Where it's
snowball. Things snowball. Dude, you get older, man. It's just you just realize things just snowball. Both ways, either negative way or a positive way.
Exactly right. It's like that string theory thing. Like this happened because this happened because this happened because this happened. You know what I mean?
I 100%
and it's true.
believe in that shit.
Yeah, me too.
I believe in connecting dots, and so I guess I kind of see why you're here.
To some extent, it's pretty sick that we're sitting here right now, but it's 100% because of all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's no other reason, I don't think.
Did the I'm sorry, what's the name again?
Polaris?
No, Plini?
Plini. Yeah.
Plini, yeah. So did you get that from him? Like, is he a drinker or what's?
I mean, like, Plini's a funny one. Like, I'm friends with Plini now. Plini's a great guy. I don't like, at least the way that like I saw him growing up and like being influenced by him. He just, to me anyway, it was like this guy just does the guitar thing, puts his head down, and like that's all he does. And that really is all he does. And you know, there was never any like slander about anything. It was kind of just people viewed him for what he is, and it's just a sick guitar player that writes sick music. And I think there's something to be said about that in this age where like there's always something happening. Do you know what I mean? Like there's someone like so problematic who just like plays headless guitars and just like rips sick tunes. You know what I mean? Like that's cool. But even like, you know, from, I guess because he kind of had like the same upbringing, you know what I mean? Like, and the same start to all of it. Like he was just a dude that was writing tunes in his room, and now he's like literally touring the world. And
That's why
it's so sick. Like I'm so influenced by him, and I'm so grateful that he's kind of like paved the way for, you know, small fries like myself to kind of like follow in his footsteps, and the generation beyond that, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Obviously, he's a very popular guitar player, but just like we were saying earlier, there's a lot of shit I don't know about, and I never really dove into him.
Yeah, it's like he does a good job of like keeping that mysteriousness as well. Like his whole life isn't out there. Which I don't think I'm as good at because of the way that everything happened. But like, this is interesting actually. Like I think like, because I've had this chat to a couple of people as well. Like he started doing this at the time where you could get away with doing that. Where like he would have started like writing stuff when he was like freshly in uni, like maybe like 2013, 2014, which is only like a couple years before. But that it's just a different time, and like, you know, Facebook was like still popular at that point. You know what I mean? Like, so he wasn't really doing the whole like content creator to musician pipeline. It was just musician, because back then it was way more viable to do it that way. So he's never, you know, probably felt the need to like put his whole life out there on social media to be seen as like a relatable presence. Like, oh, this is just a guy that plays guitar in his room like me. You know what I mean? Like people are well aware that it started from that, but like, it doesn't need to be like a consistent thing. Whereas now, because I do private lessons and stuff a lot, like social media coaching, and I get this question a lot. It's like, you know, what do I do? How do I like do the thing?
Yeah, sure.
But I feel like in this day and age, people want that relatability aspect. Like people want to be personable, and they need to see themselves in you as an artist for them to really care about what's going on. You know what I mean? Like gone are the days of driving around and like being a rock star and like driving Lambos and throwing TVs out of rooms and stuff like that.
Time,
yeah. And like even the one after that is over. Like I feel like now there's a newfound, not respect. I don't think respect is the right word. Maybe like appreciation for artists who like start from the ground up, because it's this kind of thing where like, because I thought the same, right? Like I was looking at Plini, like this guy just started in his bedroom and started ripping tunes. Like that's sick. I can do that too. Do you know what I mean? And
I have a bedroom.
Exactly. I have a Focusrite interface. Like I can do all these things.
Yeah.
And then you see guys like that get their own signature neural DSP plugin, and it's like, oh man, that's so sick.
I know. I'm always like around the quads. I always see his name pop up.
Yeah. Yeah. He's his tones are always great.
I should probably pop in. Okay.
Yeah, you should definitely. He has been on here before?
No.
He's in America quite a bit. He tours here quite a lot. So yeah, maybe I can link you guys up. He's from Sydney.
Sydney. Oh shit. Oh, okay. It explains like the direct.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So again, yeah, being like a young teenager, and yeah, so this is from 2012. Like no face, no nothing. Like back when you could do this, and people would like, you know, it wasn't as saturated as it is today too. So again, it's that right place, right time thing, right? Where like maybe if this video was posted now, it would just be a video in the wind. But right place, right time, 2012. Like, you know, Steve Vai literally said he's like the next generation of guitar. Like, and that was in like, yeah. So like, if Steve Vai saying that in like 2015, 2016 or whatever it was, like, I think you're fine. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
I think Steve I said, Garza's the next feature of Chug. And
100%.
oh,
That's one thing I'd pay a lot of money to see. Steve Vai just chugging on.
I will pay money for that.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be sick.
Dude, just fucking Chug Steve Vai. Just fucking 4-4, fucking 1.
Just fucking like some of them from Steve Vai.
Oh my goodness. So, dude, we got to talk about the Jackson, man.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
So this is my daily driver. So this is actually, the North Lane, the band that we mentioned before. This is Josh Smith's signature Jackson, because he's been playing Jackson forever. Yeah, there he is. Good old Josh.
What's up, Josh?
Yeah, sup. So this is his signature guitar. It's a 7-string Jackson, but it's got the Fender headstock because, for those that don't know, Jackson is owned by Fender, as is like Charvel and EVH and Gretsch and all that stuff. So they work very closely together. So this it's sick, man.
It's
like
hot.
It's everything that I want personally out of a guitar. Like, I'm not playing this because it's a North Lane signature guitar, and like I love North Lane, don't get me wrong, but it's the common like appreciation for like similar spec that Josh has to a lot of the modern players that I think make this guitar sick. Like, the 27-inch scale, so like it's like a little bit longer, so I can put this in F sharp. You know what I mean? Like this right now, acoustically, this is an F sharp. So it does the thing. It came with Bareknuckle Pickups. It came with his signature set of impulses. Right now, I've got the Mike Stringer Houshmand in there.
Oh, wow.
Because I did a demo for the Bareknuckle guys, and they sent it over, and I popped it in and wrote a song and whatever. So it's still in here. It's sick. Evertune, cannot play a guitar without Evertune these days. I'm the biggest Evertune like fanatic. I will not stop singing its praises for what I do. Like the whole like heavy chugging, like needing the guitar to be in tune all the time because everything's automated type stuff. Like when everything's like so tight on like the grid, so to speak, like having this in there, it's like one less thing I need to think about. Like I'm not tuning in between every song. My notes aren't going like wow, like back into tune. Like it's just dialed. So Evertune, 3-way pickup selector with 2 volume pots, which is something that is like I haven't seen on any other guitar or like production guitar. So the way that Josh has this wire, the way he likes it is like it's all bridge. But then when you flick it, it's both. But so like it gives you can do the split coil thing because you can roll the volume of this one down and just have the inner coil of that. So like if I go there and that's down, nothing's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, cool.
But if I roll it up, does the whole like split coil thing. Wow. The gate is like super tight right now.
Oh yeah.
I might even turn it down a bit. But yeah, like it definitely does the thing for sure. And like for me, it's like this combination of specs that just are sick. Like the locking tuners, the roasted maple neck, like it's super smooth to play. The ebony fretboard, like it's everything that I've like if I had to make a signature guitar, it would be like a derivative of this one, maybe like a bit longer, like maybe the shape would change or whatever, but Bareknuckle, Evertune, long scale, like all of like the mainstays would be there. Yeah. But yours isn't too different.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I call them foundational woods.
Yeah.
It was just a time proven, like a maple, ebony, mahogany, just like very like the staple. Boom. Yeah. It still holds up. So.
This is actually now that you've mentioned it, this is it's a neck through. So usually I'm a bolt-on guy, but Josh is a neck through guy. So maybe that's one thing I would change, but I don't notice it changing like, anything too much. But if I had it my way, it would be a bolt-on. But yeah, it's roasted maple like all the way through, and then I think either side is older. I could be wrong.
Older, yeah. Also,
yeah, it is sick.
Older
awesome.
body, sick.
So again, that's another one of those like, the ones that it's like mahogany, maple, older.
Totally.
Ebony. It's like one of those foundational woods, right? But yeah, man, sing riffs.
I think we got to hear a chug, dude.
Okay, let's go back.
What's a good chug tone?
Let's go back to the.
Try and get horned up.
Yeah, so like the
That's
gate is
sick.
like super tight. But yeah, I made this quickly before we started because the everything I've been playing up to this point is like super dialed for the live stuff. Like it doesn't sound that great in isolation because there's so many EQs and stuff going on.
Okay,
But
nice.
this is super simple. It's literally just gate into I've got a Fortin that's a Zool. I've got a Fortin 33, like the Sugar overdrive pedal.
Yeah.
I've got a mini one of that at home. I captured it, so that's in there.
Cool shit.
I've got the Fortin Zool block, so just like the digital version of that in here as well.
Oh, interesting.
I'm using the Fortin amp. I've got an IR loader in there. This is an old IR. I just thought I'd use it because whatever, but I've got like different ones in here. Like if I go here and maybe this one is a bit better. Like so, like there's like different flavors or whatever. Or even like if I find where's the one I use all the time. I can't find it right now, but we'll keep this one. And then just like a super simple like EQ, where I've just got like a high cut happening around like 10k, so it doesn't blow the desk with like super shrill noise or whatever. But super like simple foundational tone, but a lot of like the stringiness and like the chug factor comes from this rather than the actual amp. So I'm not doing anything crazy. It's very simple.
Yeah.
It's just how you physically play it, and then like the combination of the specs. Like this, if it was a shorter scale with like not as high output pickups and I wasn't playing as hard, it wouldn't sound like that. It'd be like not like. So yeah, it's like all in the physicality of it. Yeah,
totally. With all like the endless possibilities and the options, how does do you have any recommendations? Like how does someone that's just coming in fresh, like how do you find a tone?
Man, oh, we could talk about this forever. I'm such a big tone guy. Tone is like my number one pastime.
Because I know a lot of people, I guess you would call it option paralysis.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
With all the options, how do you just find like a simple tone to start off with?
Oh man, I mean like when I'm going through it with my students, like the analogy I always use is like good tone or like good audio production. I think anyway, is very similar to like cooking, where like if you get the foundations of it right, it's really hard to fuck it up. Especially these days where it's like, you have stuff like this where you can literally just click here, click there, drop in a high gain amp, drop in a cab, and it should sound good. Do you know what I mean? So if it doesn't sound good, if you don't think it sounds good, then it's probably something you're doing in this process before it hits the front of the quad or even the real physical amp or whatever it is. Because like, again, this is literally just gate, overdrive, amp, cab, and then like I don't even have to have the EQ on. I just did it because I felt like I had to do something. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But I mean, like for me, it's all the little things, and even if they make up like 1%, if you like tick all off the variables and get them all right, then it could make up 20% or 30% of your tone. So like things like like the action of your guitar, like is it too low? Like are your strings rattling? Like maybe that might give a bit more high end or cut some of the sustain on your chugs or whatever. Is it high so it sounds like really like every note is like a piano where there's no interference or anything like that. The pickup height, like is it hot? Is it down? Is it like not as hot? The bridge, like this is like taking a huge chunk of wood out of the guitar. So like, of course that's going to have some effect, like compared to that where it's just like a hardtail piece.
Yeah.
And there's
straight up. Yeah.
It's a full.
It's wood.
Exactly right. Full mahogany body. That's definitely going to sound beefier and a bit lower, which it does. Like when you play it, you can hear it in there. So it's not even making sure you pick the right one. It's more so having an understanding of these things that I find that makes any tone sound the way that you want it to sound. Because like when I put all these things in my head, I'm like, okay, like I'm playing an F sharp. I've got this 27-inch scale, so that's going to make it a little brighter. I've got this Evertune, it's going to make it really bright. I've got this super high output Bareknuckle Pickups, so it's probably going to be super hot. By the time I get to here, it's like, okay, like the 4 and 33 pedal is like a very exaggerated low cut, so it's going to take a lot of signal out my tone, so maybe I need to dial in the gain a bit higher in the amp to kind of make up the difference. Like all these like gain staging tone things, like that's what I think makes a good tone, rather than just like, oh, use XYZ piece of gear.
Oh, okay.
It's more like understanding what the gear is that you have in your hands. I don't believe in like, you know, I can't get this tone because I don't have this piece of gear, unless it's like a very like specific effect or something like that, then sure, fair enough. But I think like anyone that has a guitar that has like humbuckers or whatever that work, that, you know, even free plugins, like there's free plugins, and they sound sick these days. Like it's not like, it's how you use it, you know what I mean? It's that's what I think anyway. Yeah.
And of course and in the hands.
Exactly right. And and if you tick off all of those other variables and you still can't find it, then it's probably how you're physically playing the guitar, right? So yeah, again, like even like the difference between just going like and then like you can hear the pick attack way more. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like the way that if you were to like record those two signals, because like I record my stuff at home and produce it or whatever, so I see all the differences. Like the way that your signal looks when you barely pick hard, like it's like a sausage. Like it's there's no transient, there's no like initial pop when your pick hits the string. But when you do, it's like a much like harder impact, and maybe it tails off towards the gain at the end. Whereas if I don't pick as hard, it sounds gainier, but it's because the waveform is like a bit more solid state. Like so
wow.
Yeah, it's more so understanding that as a concept, rather than like, oh, like every amp I pick, I'm gonna dial the gain to 7 because that's what I saw in a video once. It's like, no, like learn that amp and figure out what that is. Yeah. I've spent way too much time on this stuff, but yeah, like I'm a big sucker for learning everything about every amp and because like these amps in here, even though it's digital, like they are modeled after the real thing. So like if you like even that 5150 block in the Gajira there, like if you dialed the master up on that, the volume would get louder, of course, but like the way that the mid-range would saturate, it'd be completely different, because that's what happens in the real life version. Like when you turn a 5150 past 5, it starts getting squishy, it starts getting rounder,
squished up.
But what a lot of modern guys do is that they dial the master back to like 3, and then they get a bit more of a sterile sound where it's like a bit more articulate. And maybe I can show that actually.
Please.
So like, let me get this amp. So I've changed the amp to like the Nolly 5150 because that's like my second favorite.
Okay.
So right now everything's at like, I'm going to turn it down because it's probably going to get pretty loud. I've got everything at 5 because I just loaded the block on there. The master's at 5. If I were to turn that master up, again, like the common thought process, like, oh, master is volume, it's going to get louder. But it does get louder a little bit, but the way it sounds is different. So like, it gets way darker. And you're like, oh, okay. But if I turn the master down to like 3 and then make up the difference on this just simple output.
An output.
It's like way tighter. Yeah.
Interesting. I never put that together.
Yeah. So like, and again, like every amp is different. This is how like typical 5150 style amps react or whatever. So again, like even that little bit there can make such a huge difference to your overall tone.
Nice.
But yeah, man, I've spent way too much time getting into all this stuff. But yeah.
How do you know? I guess the other question I haven't heard an answer to is, how do you know how hard to pick, and can you pick too hard to get the tone that you're trying to get, like a aggressive?
Yeah, no, you definitely can pick too hard. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like live, it's whatever. Like put on a show, make it look cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. But for studio purposes, I mean, like I think I've dialed how hard I want to pick. Like if I'm picking simple notes, like if I was to pick too hard, it'd be like where you can start, like it starts getting a little bit sloppy and your palm starts like getting in the way and all that stuff. But the way that I kind of like to do the whole, because a lot of it is like heavy down picking. So I'm trying my best to kind of like keep it as controlled as possible. If you look at like the bottom side of my hand, it looks like my whole wrist is moving, but it's not. Like this part is like the anchor point. And then all the motion is kind of coming from the top part of my hand, kind of like stabbing through the string. It's a bit weird, but like even going like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you look at
I
that.
never noticed that.
Yeah, so
I never noticed that.
it's kind of like this like Chinese fan thing going on.
Oh, wow.
But so you can down pick super fast that way and like use way less energy, but still get that super hard sound. Because it's just all stabbing through the string, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
What about for like something like this where just like you're just chugging, like what's like that like big open, like how you approaching that?
It's pretty much the same thing, because even in that video, I think like maybe I do like move this a little bit, like this kind of lifts off the strings more or less, but this part of my hand is kind of constant. It's like when you're getting taught guitar, like if you've ever had lessons, like palm muting is like, oh yeah, like put your palm on the guitar. But for metal, it's like your palm is kind of always on the guitar. So it's like, it's the opposite, where you kind of need to learn how to lift it off in a way that doesn't fuck up the sound. So like when you're like, for the rest of it, it's all on there. Yeah.
Okay. Sick. Can I test it out?
Yeah, dude, 100%.
Please, yeah.
Here you go.
I always forget. I'll see someone play something, you know, I want to play it, but I always forget to ask. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah. And then like to get that kind of like super chuggy sound, so like depending on where you put your palm on the bridge, so if you put your palm a bit further towards like out, like it's a bit more rounder, but if you bring it in, it starts like choking up a bit more.
So do you notice people, some bands are they're making it, they're chugging, but it's like out. It's just like
you get that round. That's like more of a like traditional chug. But
is it really?
I think so. Like getting that rounder kind of chug. But if you bring it in, then it's like this mechanical kind of like, it's like heavy machinery. You know what I mean? Like.
But this is more traditional.
I think so. Yeah. And then like if you do it that way a lot, it's like, oh, this kind of sounds a bit weak, but it's because you're literally choking the string. So that's why like watching a video where some guy's like, oh, put the gain on 7, like it won't apply all the time. So you kind of have to like, because like if you keep it tight and I turn the gain up, like now it's doing the thing, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, it's like the complete opposite of me. It's
exactly right.
badass.
And this is what I was saying at the start. Like we come from the same world, but they couldn't be any further apart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you're probably playing that thing and like, oh, this isn't gainy enough, or this isn't bassy enough.
Yeah,
right? But for me, it's like because it's so low tuned, it has to like.
When you play it, it sounds so different than me. It's awesome.
It's the hands, man. Yeah, it is. And people say like, oh, tone isn't in the hands. Like it is. You know what I mean? Wow. Like that's what I think. Anyway, I'm such a big believer in tone being in the hands, because like, of course, like, you know, my hands aren't going to make it do like the whammy stuff, but like in regards to how the output comes out of the guitar and like, you know, everything from like the pickups, like passive versus active, like how that influences your playing and how you hold the pick and all this stuff, like that's tone. That's what the sound that comes out of the guitar, you know, again, by the time it goes into something like this or a plugin, whatever, it's very hard to fuck it up. They're made to sound good when you open it up. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
Totally.
That's kind of the vibe I've been on lately. Yeah.
Because when you play, it sounds good, but then when I play, it sounds like this guy kind of sucks.
No, absolutely no. It sounded great. Like,
and like, yeah, it's just, I guess you gotta like adjust to it. You know, it's awesome.
even like pick thickness. Like
totally.
right now, I stole this pick off Aaron Marshall from Intervals. Shout out Aaron. But like this is his pick. It's like an 88 gauge Flow Dunlop. And like even like the material, like all that stuff will make a difference. Because like for so long, growing up in metal, it's like, oh yeah, metal thick picks. You know what I mean? And that was kind of the vibe. But these days, that one right there, the blue Flow, that 7.3, that's the one I've been using, man. That's the 88. Sorry. I use the 7.3. Oh, dude, you should get into them, man. They're my favorite pick ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's like the Cortex version, and then they've got like the Oltex. That's the one, man. That one is like, I'm all about that because we can get really nerdy now. So like the material of this pick being Oltex, it's a little stiffer than like your standard like yellow Cortex pick. So you get the same thickness, but it's just a little stiffer.
Oh, stiffer. Okay.
I find that using thinner picks, like, because that's pretty thin, like a 7.3, but using like the super thick strings and the super low tunings, like it really just makes those notes pop. Like, I don't know if you have like a thicker pick in the studio. I could literally give a live demo of how different it sounds.
I mean, this is actually an 88.
This is an 88 as well at the moment.
Shit.
Damn, I don't have another pick in my bag.
I mean, Jack has this is like a 1 something. This I don't know what the hell this is.
Okay, we can try it. But even that, like, yeah, so even this, like, the tip is different, like the material is different. This is stiff as fuck. This is crazy. This is definitely more than a 1, I reckon. But even here, like and then for the keen-eared, like, okay, it's like a tiny bit more attack on the note. But yeah, it's exponential. Like the bigger the pick is and the smaller you go after that, you're going to notice a difference way more.
A 1?
A 1.
Boom.
There you go.
I think Jay has something too.
There's a 2 and a 73.
Yeah, that's perfect. Let's demo those
perfect.
two. There we go. So like especially in like, thank you. Especially in like low gain chugs. So sick night verses. Awesome. Shout out Nick. So
he's a ripper.
So like and if I like try my best to keep the same
and that was with what?
That was the 2, sorry.
Okay, 2.
So let's do it again. So like try my best to keep the same like velocity in my hands and all that stuff, like trying to keep it as even as possible. So this was the 2, like, and then like the thinner pick. Like
wow.
You can hear it's like a bit tighter, not as low endy, because like this is a thicker pick, man. It's more mass. You're pushing way more weight through the strings, whereas this is like you're kind of like raking through the strings, whereas this is like you're pushing the strings. But I like the thinner picks way more because they do the thing like. Where you get that kind of like stringy kind of like articulation, but the chug still sounds sick because it's running through high gain, you know? But yeah, again, I've spent way too much time like testing fucking picks and shit like that.
Sometimes
like,
you have to, man.
Yeah.
If you're trying to find the freaking tone.
Yeah, it's that endless tone search, right? We'll never be happy with the tones. We'll always want to dial in something a little bit different. But with like stuff like this, you kind of get 90% of the way there.
Okay.
Most times, I think. Yeah.
I don't think we ever touched on the string, the pick gauge. So thank you for that.
Yeah. No,
I don't
no
think we ever
stress.
talked about pick gauges. So that's sick.
Yeah, even like pick shape, like how pointy it is and stuff will have a massive difference. Like this is a flow too. This is a 2mm flow. So it's actually like the perfect kind of comparison because like this is like thin and this is thick, but it's the same shape and all that stuff. So they're just as pointy as each other. Yeah.
Sick, dude. Is there anything that I might have missed? I know you've been dropping singles last year.
Yeah. So I guess like
damn it, Swell.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, that's Swell's from a collaborative record or EP rather that me and my good friend Connor Kaminsky put out. And Yeah, I mean, that record was kind of interesting because we Connor Kaminsky's like another one of those like modern guitarists, like does the whole Instagram thing, releases music independently as well, and we
Sick.
kind of just came together and we're kind of like doing the same thing right now. It'd be pretty sick if we did it together because there's a lot of crossover between our audiences and stuff. And he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, let's do it. And what came out of it was like a 3-track EP, but the EP was still like 23 minutes, just prog. Like there's like an 11-minute song in there, whatever. But yeah, like the first song, Swell, was like mine. This is filmed at the Bareknuckle factory actually in Falmouth. Yeah, so Connor's from the UK. So like right after NAMM last year, I flew there.
Oh, you're dude, you're just flying around.
Oh, this is the only time I fly around throughout the whole year.
Oh, okay.
This is like
Smart.
my main. Yeah, I try to like knock off as many birds with one stone as I can. But yeah, you can see like all the benches and stuff in the background. So this is like, have you ever been to the Bareknuckle factory before?
No.
Dude, it is like, you know, people think Bareknuckle, they think like, you know, prestige, like hand round pickups and stuff like that. It definitely is that, but it's like, I don't think people realize how small the business is. Like, it's literally 8 guys sitting behind a desk, like wiring pickups all day. Wow. And all of their covers and everything, like they make them in-house, like they stain them themselves. Yeah, so that's Nolly pretty much like on the desk over.
I gotta go there, man.
Dude, you gotta check it out. It's sick. They're like right on the bottom of England too. They're like right near the beach, like around like in Falmouth and Cornwall. So it was like a 6-hour drive to get there, even from where I was staying.
Oh,
like
really?
It was, oh yeah, we spent a whole day driving, and we stayed in Falmouth for like a couple days filming those playthroughs. But yeah, man, it is like, you know, there's a reason why, you know, they're so, you know, highly regarded, because yeah, literally it's a guy like that sitting there making them. So every Bareknuckle that's ever existed in any guitar, like those covers, they're not bought, like they make them. They have an etching machine, and there's a guy like sitting in a booth with like, you know, all these chemicals, like dyeing it with the mask on and everything. Like it's super sick, dude. Like it like I've always loved Bareknuckle Pickups, but that really, like going to that factory and seeing that really made me have like a newfound appreciation for everyone involved. Like it was so sick, man.
It's insane how big this company has gotten, but it seems they're still maintaining
Exactly right.
the integrity of it.
Oh,
Wow.
dude, yeah, like
Unbelievable.
they're not like outsourcing anything. It's crazy. Like they're kind of just doing it all themselves.
Holy moly.
Which is nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there, dude. See, right now I'm just horned up. And,
Just all this gear talk, dude. Just fucking.
This is sick,
I love gear, man. Gear's like my favorite thing ever.
dude. How do we wait? How do we get here? Because
the playthroughs. The playthroughs. Yeah, my bad. This is what happens, dude. We start talking about gear. I'm just fucking. No,
I'm
so.
trying to stay focused.
Yeah, so so that record we put out. So Swell was my song. His song was a song called Oscillate, and then Pirouette was like the last song. It was like an 11-minute thing, and that actually featured. Do you know Jack Gardner?
No.
He's like this super sick, like neo soul funk player. He's one of the craziest players I've ever seen. Sick. He's in that whole circle, like the whole like Mateus Asado kind of adjacent vibe.
Okay.
And then Adam Nolly Get Good, formerly of Periphery, was on that song as well. And they're all like UK local. Well, Jack lives in Switzerland, I think, but you know, he's from Liverpool and stuff. So we got him down and we filmed that video, and that was a cool moment for me, I guess, like, because being such a big Periphery fan, like here is like Adam Nolly Get Good, like the guy, right? And super nice guy. Like that record, it was again like a perfect storm, and we never thought that someone like Nolly, not that because like we think it's like above him, or like he thought that it would be above him or whatever. It's just like surely Nolly's got like more going on, but he made the time. Like he wrote his solo, sent it through. I went to the UK, he came to the shoot, he filmed. Like we got lunch after. Like super nice guy. Cannot speak any more highly of him. Same with Jack as well. Like Jack's just a chiller. But yeah, dude, that record came out last year, June. I think June. It's been a couple months. Like shortly after that, I did like a short headline run, like debut headline run around Australia, like touring those songs and a couple others as well. And that was cool too. That was my first time ever playing like my own headline shows around the country. Nice. Small shows, but like they were good fun. A couple of things happened along the way. I think I have like a YouTube video talking about like our rig dying mid-show, and like one show a fire alarm went off in Brisbane and stuff like that. Nice. So it's like crazy shit happened to like my guitars got stuck in another city and we had to play that night. Like every day there was something, but it was super memorable.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess like, yeah, there is like music. That's the thing, right? It's like this whole like, I guess like content creator thing, turning it into a musician, like a legitimate musician that releases music and tours. Like that was, again, never part of the trajectory. Never thought it would be a thing, but it kind of just hit a point where I was like, well, yeah, I'm doing these YouTube videos. I think at that point it was like 30,000 subscribers. And I remember watching an old like Ola England video from like years ago. This would be like 6-7 years ago, where he was talking about like releasing music independently versus like going on a label. And the whole thing was like, oh, if you're going to do it independently, like make sure that, you know, you're working so hard on the music, like make sure that when you release it, it actually lands somewhere. Don't just like throw it out into the open air, like expecting numbers to pile up, because that's not how it works, right? Like the music these days, like there's so much music coming out. I think I read something not too long ago where it was like there was more music released on one day in 2025 than the entirety of 1989 or something like that.
Wow.
So when you think about it that way, not
Yeah,
even
nuts,
just
dude.
in metal,
It's nuts.
just in everything
is
in general.
crazy.
Yeah, like there's so much music out there, and there's so much sick music as well. So I guess like I was really thinking about that. So at that point it was like 30,000-ish YouTube subscribers, and I was like, oh, okay, like if I did like put out a song, like, you know, even if it's like a couple hundred people, I'm sure like someone will end up hearing it. And then again, that snowball thing, right? It's like you put one record out and then you put like another EP out and then another song, and then you work with this person, you work with that person, and I guess now we're sitting on this couch and chatting about it. So
Boom.
it's cool, man. It's not like Big Fish or anything. They're only like small singles. They don't have that many streams, but you know, this niche is so tiny anyway that like I think, you know, even if it's like just shy of like 10,000 monthly listeners or whatever, like the people that are into it, man, like they're into it. You know what I mean? Like they're into 7-string guitars, they're into neural DSP, they're into all that shit. They're very invested, and I'm super grateful for that, because yeah, the niche is so tightly knit that, you know, it doesn't have to be millions and millions. Like I can, you know, I'm sitting here like making a living from, you know,
Wow.
all this stuff. And of course there's like
Congratulations, man.
Oh,
Cool.
thank you, man. I appreciate
Badass.
that. I'm trying my best anyway. But yeah, there's it's just crazy to me that, you know, there's people out there that just like this stupid style of guitar.
Oh yeah.
Instrumental at that, you know, like of course, like adding vocals would probably unlock another whole thing. There's been songs with vocals, like Arrest is originally a song that has vocals on it from it. Do you know the band Invent Animate?
Yes.
So the vocalists of Invent Animate, they're lovely guys. They're all good buddies. Marcus jumped on that track, and
Sick.
he absolutely ripped. And that was my first track that that was my first track that I released. Yeah, so the guy there with the glasses on the bottom, and there he is, Marcus.
Boy.
And all the other guys as well. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Invent Animate. So again, that's another like moment where I was like, oh, I wonder if he'd actually say yes, and then he did. So it's like
sometimes, dude.
yeah, you got to ask sometimes, man. 100%. That's a huge thing. I'm like, if I never asked you to go to Neural, we wouldn't be sitting here right now, right?
No,
So
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Fuck yeah, let's go, dude.
yeah, dude. And I was like super excited that you were so into it. You know what I mean? Because it's all sick, man. Everyone just wants to hang out. Everyone wants to talk guitar, chat the shit. You know?
Totally. It's you mentioned earlier. So I have two more questions left. Is there you mentioned there's patches you have that you could play some riffs. I wonder if there's any riffs that you can play this kind of.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, let me think. I mean, I could do it on this tone. Let's gain it up a little bit though. So like, I only took this guitar with me. I didn't have room for another one, but like, there's a couple riffs that I typically play on a 7-string still, but it's in drop G sharp or drop A flat. So like if you, so just like a semitone lower than that.
Yeah.
But like a lot of like the more like progressive metal-y riffs, like it's just kind of like wanking off the guitar in like the coolest way that you can, right?
Hell yeah.
But I'm a big fan of it. Like I love the technicality behind like spidery riffs and stuff like that. And there's a lot of like, I don't know theory. Like I have not zero theory knowledge, but like if you told me to play like a C major scale right now, I'd have no idea where to go, kind of thing. So the way that I am approaching the fretboard is a little bit different, and it's kind of like derived from all of those bands that we've been talking about, like Periphery, North Lane, so on and so forth, Polaris. So a lot of it is like kind of like that fundamental thing, but then like finding ways to kind of explore different octaves on the fretboard. Like there's a particular riff in the song Pirouette. It's like right in the middle of the song where it's meant to be a couple semitones up, but like something like that.
How are you doing that? What is going on?
It's just like just playing around those octaves and like individually picking them, and it's that shape across the whole thing, and like even like it looks fancy, but it's just tapping the octave of it, right? So like
Wow. That's a sick riff.
yeah,
That's sick.
That's one of my favorites of that song for sure. And then there's others where it's like, yeah, it's a catchy one, and the whole like where it kind of like slows down into the like the third grouping, like, or like another like the intro riff from that song is like see if I can play. I haven't played this in a while, but like like the whole like like the harmonic on the end or whatever.
That's
but
sick, dude.
the hardest part of that riff is actually like the gallop, because in the middle, like I was trying to figure out how to do it because I wanted to be like that, like the whole kind of bleed Meshuggah thing where it's like, but not having it be consistent and kind of having it like thrown in at like the weird odd time because it's like prog or whatever.
Yeah.
So I actually have to start that gallop on an upstroke so that when I'm doing the triplet, because I can't like do a triplet starting on an upstroke. That's fucking weird. That feels so weird. But it's like start an upstroke like that, so I can do both the gallops on the down. So or whatever, right? So like it's just weird. It's just super weird.
Wow. I kind of want to learn that real quick.
Yeah, dude. It's the 8th fret. Yeah, that one there.
Is that second note down or up?
It starts up.
That's fucked.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So that
Wow.
so you can throw in a gallop in there on the down pick. So you're right now you're starting the gallop on the up. So you're going up, down, up. But you start on like so you're just doing like straight like 16th notes, like you start up.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucked. That's the complete opposite of what I would do. I would go down.
Right.
But I can see how it'll make you play a certain way when you go up first. Wow.
Yeah, like that.
Is that it?
Like that.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Like it's a bit of like a brain twister, but it's so that you can throw them in like because I guess like the way that groove lines up with the timing and stuff, it makes more sense to start on the up so that you can. Kind of like that.
Right?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, you got it, dude. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's it.
Weird.
It's weird. It's weird because I wanted to. Originally, that riff was just like just straight 16ths, and I was like, oh, like I can make it sound a little bit cooler. So that's like so you start on the 8. Yeah, so you go like just 8, 7, and then string below like that. So you pick you go open, hammer on, and then pick the second string. Like that, but just on a different fret because we're in a different tuning, yeah. Yeah, like, or maybe like a fret up. One more up. Yeah. Did you pitch down to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, so 9 and 10. Yeah, so like, yeah, like that whole like that super
dude,
dissonant.
I'm fucking just genting. Fuck everybody, dude.
Oh, like,
right?
Yeah. Like that. Like an octave up on the same string, like. So it'd be yeah, that one there, and then so it's literally like a whole, so like 8th fret, an octave up, and then it's the same thing. Yep. So there you go,
dude,
man.
And I'm tapping, dude.
Yeah. That's the one, man. That's the one. There you go. it's fucking crazy.
Dude, I never really tried to do like those, like, because I always see someone do it, and I'm like, holy shit! I never actually sat down and tried.
Yeah, there's plenty of
cool.
riffs that look a lot harder than they actually are, with like the whole tapping thing. There's definitely riffs that are hard. Like one of the riffs from Swell. Again, this is one of the ones where like in the riff, like when I play it live, it's so tight, like that. Like I'm actually automating the noise gate via MIDI to cut off those dead notes.
Oh, geez.
So like. And then like some crazy fucking run, like where you've, because that riff actually started as like that, and I was like, oh, surely it can sound cooler than that. So I just like put it up an octave, and instead of going, I went like that. So like. What's another one? There's a riff in my song Pulse that's again not meant to be played in this tuning. It's meant to be a couple semitones higher. It's like the second chorus where it's like this is more melodic. This is like the kind of whole like, as opposed to like the whole scarier kind of thing. It's more like majory, but like. Or whatever.
Dang.
So like super melodic. That's like that, the way that sounded, that's my favorite style of playing. That whole
Really?
like more majory, still chuggy, still like heavy to some extent, but there's a lot of melody involved. Because like growing up, like I loved bands like Fall Out Boy and Paramore and stuff like that. So like that kind of like pop punk adjacent vibe, like just on a 7-string tune to drop whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like yeah.
That's right. So you would consider that major?
I think so. Again, I don't know theory. Like whatever, like maybe it's Lydian because it's like the whole Simpsons thing. Like, or like whatever it is. But major, I think would just be that's your major. But I think instead of if you go 6 instead of the 5, it's got a bit of a spookier twist. So I think it's Lydian. I could be wrong.
Nice.
Someone will correct me. But yeah.
Well, Keyan, is there anything that I might have missed that you want the world to know about you?
I think you pretty much got all of it, man. You seem to have done your research, so I
Cool.
appreciate that, man. I appreciate like taking the
Anytime.
time to do that. But thanks for having me on, man. This has been really fucking sick. I really appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Last question. What are and there's no wrong answer.
Mm-hmm.
What are 3 artists, guitar players, bands, or records that someone should check out?
Damn. That's a great question.
Could be old, could be current.
Yeah. I'm trying to get in the mind of like, someone who frequents this podcast and what they may or may not be exposed to, you know? So if I had to go down that route, I mean, like the first person that comes to mind for me personally is my friend Connor, who's I did the split record with. He just put out an album last year in October. And to me anyway, that is like the embodiment of like modern instrumental progressive guitar. The riffs are sick. Yeah, there he is there.
How do you say his last name? I'm sorry.
Kaminsky. So yeah,
check out Connor
Kaminsky. Yep. So and yeah, he's got songs with like Ollie Steele, Formulae of Monuments and stuff like that. This is like, I think his record that he just put out is like the epitome of that modern guitar sound. All like the string skippy, octave jumpy riffs, and it's all on a 6-string too. Like he's playing in drop D most of the time. He's not tuned. Yeah, so that's kind of his thing.
One of those psychos.
Yeah, oh dude, 100%, right? But yeah, like
Drop D.
he's hip to it. Like he's got 7s and 8s at home. But yeah, he's like the modern play. Like plays a Strandberg, like instrumental, mixes, produces, records all his own stuff, like as most of us do, whatever.
Yeah.
So and he's got some sick features on there. Like he's got like obviously Ollie from Monuments. He's got like Jordan Rudess from Dream Theater. Plini's on one of the tracks. Yeah.
Yeesh.
He's I think like to get that lineup, like they obviously have to believe in the music, and the music I think speaks for itself. Like it's a very cool record. So that's one. Who else? I mean, I'm staying right now in a house with a guy named Joseph Anajar and his bandmate Josh Della Victoria. Their project called Portraits. Portraits is sick. Portraits it's not really heavy. It's more so like fusion adjacent, but a lot of the modern guitar techniques are still there. Like all like like the Tosin thumping and like using an 8-string. Yeah, there they are. So yeah, they're writing really sick music. And I put on their stuff a lot, just to kind of get the vibe. Yeah, that's Jacob Umansky. He plays in intervals, so they collaborate a lot. They have a lot of different songs together. So yeah, Connor, Portraits. Who else, man? Who else would I tell someone to listen to if they've never listened to this stuff before? I mean,
be old, new, could be friends, could be a record.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, like I like the record that kind of changed my life more or less was that Periphery 3 record. Right place, right time, like 15, 16. That came out 2016, I think. Couple like classic songs on there, like Marigold, like the Periphery song. I think everyone like the whole like what is it like that whole like spidery riff, even though it's meant to be played in drop C and not whatever this is. But yeah, that record, man, like really like if it wasn't for that record, we wouldn't be sitting here on this couch right now, because I wouldn't look into like how to record myself at home. I wouldn't like realize that different pickups sound different and guitars are different and all that stuff. Like I wouldn't have gotten into the gear. I wouldn't have gotten into like the home recording. I wouldn't have learned that style of guitar. I wouldn't have been obsessed with that. I would have never bought my first 7-string, because half of those songs are all played on a 7-string, and I had to buy one to learn them and just dissect them and reverse engineer what the fuck was going on, because like my 15-year-old brain just had no idea that you could play riffs in an odd time signature. You know what I mean? And I guess like it's an interesting point as well, because like the bands that were influencing these guys were bands like Dream Theater and Sixth and stuff like that. But that's just before my generation, where now I'm being influenced by these guys. But it's all cylindrical. It all kind of lands in the same place more or less. But yeah, man, Periphery 3, that's my favorite.
Great list. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Again, thank you for your time, and thank you for showing us first guest with a quad Cortex MIDI.
Yeah, dude, 100%. I'm glad I could bring it and show it off a little bit. You could do the same thing on yours. You know what I mean? That's the whole appeal of it.
This is the future, man.
Dude,
this is the
man.
future. And now you know what? I'm pretty horned up.
Cool, me too, man. Me too. But yeah, dude, thank you so much for having me. This is sick.
Anytime, man. Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
everyone. That's it. Later.
See you guys.